LDWMMAC. Okay, let me kill two birds with one stone. A couple of guys are asking me, Coach, what happened to the monetization on your channel? Well, to make a long story short, they took it, of course. I don't put a lot of videos up with that, I just don't really engage, but I have recently kind of started really having dialogue with YouTube. And it's the hardest thing to do because these people act like they don't have an effing brain. And it's so crazy to the point where you almost believe that you're talking to an AI generator instead of a person. And I really feel like that. Because if a person looked at my channel, they can know that they said I was reusing content. But anyway, I complied and did what they said. I started deleting. I deleted some 1,000 videos, okay? Got rid of them and, okay, fine. Took some videos down and reapplied. And then they said, well, I went from reused content to harmful content. And so I started asking, so how does my content go from reused to harmful? Like, how does that work? And again, they can't really explain. And I said, well, can you tell me what videos are harmful? They couldn't explain that. So nobody at YouTube knows. So you have to kind of guess at which videos that YouTube don't like. So I'm just kind of tired of playing the back and forth with them. It's stupid. So it is what it is. Now, put a timestamp, anybody put a timestamp on where I start my ramblings. So for all y'all to keep asking, that's what happened. So don't ask me no more. Okay, let's talk about this fight. Gillian Robertson, okay? She beat the hell out of Viana. Beat her down. I'm talking about beat her up. And going into the 5th round, I had Jillian up 3 rounds to 2. I'm sorry, 3 rounds to 1. I had Jillian up. You can say some of the rounds were close, but I just felt like Jillian was doing more after each round, and Jillian was imposing her will on Viana. She was imposing her will. She was in Poiana's face, and she put the pressure on Poiana. And Jillian also had some pretty good takedowns. At one point, Poiana was trying to, choke Jillian. Jillian got up out of that. And really, that's the only danger to me that Gillian Robinson was in. Okay, and I feel like when Jillian Robinson is standing with you and landing punches on you, we got some problems. Okay, the problem that I have with Viana, okay, and I've had a couple of fighters, man. It's a few fighters I keep up with, and some of them that work out in the gyms that follow my channel. And a lot of stuff they tell me, I don't post it, I don't do any of that, man, because you got to work with these people, and if it got out that it was something that they said that I put out, then it can ruin a relationship with some of these gyms. So I don't put it out there. But I've had a couple of fighters that they've trained with Polyiana, and they say, hey man, girl's a freak. I said, she a freak? They be like, yeah, she a freak. She a straight up freak. Like, this girl loves tip. Like, guys, I kid you not, I've had several fighters say this girl loves tip. Like, she spends a lot of time on her back. And I'm not talking about a jiu-jitsu guard. We're not talking about a jiu-jitsu guard. I've always said that Viana to me is distracting. I mean, she makes a little bread on Instagram, and I don't really have a problem with the girl, doing what she got to do to make her money, yeah, go ahead and make it. I'm not one of those people that, okay, so you show, part of your body, you do this and you're getting paid because, is anybody going to pay her bills that's criticizing she shouldn't do that to her body? Nah, the people that criticizing them, they ain't finna pay your bills. So, I mean, what do? You go do what you got to do to make ends meet. I mean, it's no big deal. But you're a professional fighter. And when that stuff begins to override what you got to do in the octagon and your training, it becomes a problem. Because now you're in here getting your ass whooped. And you just can't have these kind of distractions being a fighter. I mean, I can tell you, they don't talk about fighter deaths. They don't talk about that. Fighters do die in the octagon. They just don't talk about it. It's not something heavily publicized in MMA. And they try to downplay it. They try to cover it up as much as they can. That's why you don't hear about the articles of fighters actually dying. Fighters actually, being vegetables. You don't hear about that. But it happens. And I feel like with a sport this dangerous and the amount of degree of danger you do have, like stepping in there, you can't have distractions. You just can't have it. And if you're a trained fighter, you need to be training year-round because the sport is that dangerous and your livelihood can be taken at the hands of anybody. A punch, a kick, somebody could choke you out wrong, you hold the submission, hold the RNC too long. Okay, and that can be the end of your career. Like, people don't really get it, how dangerous it really is when they step in there. It's just what it is. It's what it is. But, I heard this girl, be on her back a lot. And her knees. But I'm just saying, I felt like Viana. At one point, I thought she was making a strong comeback. I thought that she was really sharpening her skills. And I thought that she was evolving. But, man, when Gillian Robertson can actually stand with you and land punches on you, there's a problem. There's a problem in this situation, okay? Because I would have thought that Viana is a better striker. And neither one of them are great strikers, but I don't know. Gillian Robertson is pretty bad as a striker. She bad. But I tell you what, when she got that fight to the ground, boy, she whooped up on Poiana's ass. I'm talking about cacao. Cacao. Whooped that ass. Man, but it's MMA, okay? I still would have picked Jillian to win this fight because Jillian has had a resurgence of her career. And she's confident. And Jillian pulled up in this fight. And Poiana was talking a gangish. I'm talking about Viana was talking a gangish. Lots of it. Then, she couldn't back it up. But, ladies and gentlemen, we know what Poiana can back up. And she real good at backing that up. She's a big fine woman. Won't you back that thing up?